Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is all dollar store DIYs. I'm going to be sharing each one step by step so you guys can make them too. As always, don't forget to hit that red subscribe button, the little bell notification to be notified when we release new videos, as well as a big thumbs up on this video and a comment below. We always love hearing from you guys. We're so thankful that you guys are here. So without further ado, let's jump right in. For the first craft, I saw these little guys at the Dollar Tree. They are Nutcrackers, so adorable. However, I wanted to modernize them a little bit, and I love that minimal type aesthetic, so I wanted to give them more of a minimal look and not so bright and colorful. I ended up taking the hair off of this one, and I'm going to show you guys how I did that on the little green guy. So I started by taking the beard off, and that one just ripped right off. Very, very easy. However, this one, you take the hat off. It just unscrews right on the top, and then the hair is kind of like wedged in there, so I had to cut it. I feel so bad doing this. I had to cut the hair off. And you want to make sure that you cut all of the hair off, that there's no hair on there at all, because you don't want it to interfere with your paint that is going to be on there. So I cut all of those little tiny hairs off and then wedged the rest of the hair like back inside the head, so it's tucked away and you can't see it. And I think these guys just got about 20 years younger, maybe more. Then you can put their hats back on, and these ones are specifically from the Dollar Tree, just an FYI. I don't know if you could find these anywhere else, but these ones are from the Dollar Tree. They're so cute. For these Nutcrackers, I used the Rust-Oleum hammered in gold. I wanted to give them like a little bit of an aged look, and I felt like this hammered effect would kind of texturize them a little bit and not make them so flat and gold. And just a tip when using this spray, because these Nutcrackers are that kind of glossy plastic, you do have to go in very small sections. So a very light coat and then another super light coat. Once they start to get more of the paint on there, you can go a little bit heavier, but at first you don't want drips, so you kind of just have to spray them like a little at a time, let it dry, etc. I let mine dry overnight, and these are the most adorable, minimal looking little Nutcrackers. I love the gold. I love the simplicity. Huge improvement. I love it. These will look so cute on a mantle or stack of books, wherever you want to put them. They will steal the show. And moving on to our second project, these little stags I also found at the Dollar Tree, obviously for $1. I love the shape of them. I love that they're white. I feel like they're so pretty. They have a ton of potential. I don't love the glitter. The glitter is pretty much falling off. And these little wreaths around their neck, I feel like they just had to go. So I took those off. Those came off really easy. There was a pipe cleaner around there. I took that off as well. And then this glitter, it literally just rubs off. It is so simple to remove. You can use your nail. It literally just peels right off. It's very, very simple to remove. So my plan with these was to paint them, and you do want to make sure that you get every little bit of glitter off that you can, just because you don't want it interfering with your paint at all. So once I pretty much got all of the glitter off, I then just washed it off in the sink with a little brush, just to make sure that all the glitter was off. With very minimal projects like this, the more little imperfections they have, the more they'll show up, because there's just not a lot of detail with the minimal stuff. So I feel like imperfections will really show up in minimal type objects like this. So you want them very, very clean. And these honestly look great as they are. You could leave them like this. I wanted to put a little bit of a matte paint, but you could surely leave them like this and they are pretty just as is. I love the simplicity of them. I have been wanting to try this paint out. This is the Joanna Gaines Magnolia Home spray paint. I picked mine up from Ace Hardware, but it is an aged white. It's kind of It's not a stark white, it's like an aged, it's called yarn, so we'll try it out and see how it works. I just took my little deer outside and gave him a good spray. Again, you don't want drips, so just take it slowly. So when I was at the Dollar Tree, I found a ton of ribbon. I think I hit the ribbon like gold mine or something, because there was a ton of it in all these gorgeous colors, like a plum, this raspberry color down there, so pretty. It's like a sheer. They had satin ribbon. I was pleasantly surprised. I ended up taking home this brown with a little hint of gold. I thought this was so beautiful, especially with that stag. I feel like that yarn color, that antiqued white, and this brown, just, they work. They're so pretty together. And then a little touch of gold, a little bit of sparkle on there. I just tied a little knot at the top, and this is going to be an ornament. I thought it was so pretty and simple. He worked perfect on our tree. He fit right in, and these would also be so pretty on a very simple gift. I love that idea of gifting like little ornaments and putting them on as decoration. Wherever you put them, they are sure to shine. And moving on to our next project, also from the Dollar Tree, I found these plastic clear ornaments. These are perfect for crafting. You can put pretty much whatever you want inside them. They are really cool for crafts. So I am taking a cookie sheet. I wrapped it in foil just so that I don't get paint all over it. I took an old foam piece. You can really use anything that will hold a skewer, a cup, but you want to make sure that you don't make a mess, because these can get pretty messy. And I used the larger ornaments. They do come in the smaller size as well, but I liked the idea of the big one. Those lids just come right off, so I took the little tops off and then got them ready for paint. So you will need some type of stick or skewer, something that will fit in the foam, but also in the top of your ornament. Once the skewers are in the foam, they're ready for ornaments, so I got ready to mix my paint, and I just mixed paint in these little disposable plastic cups. They work perfect. I used white paint, black paint, and a little bit of gold. You could use whatever colors you wanted or whatever fit your theme, and I just really mixed different ratios, a lot of white with a little bit of black. I've tried a lot of black with a little bit of white, gold. You could really do so much with these. Then I barely mixed it together. You want to marbleize it just a tiny bit, but not overdo it. Then once you have your ornament upside down, you can pour it on. This is so fun to watch. All the colors mixed together, and it really is very pretty. I just used like tempera paint and I believe it's acrylic paint, but both water-based. If you did use an oil-based paint, it probably would be thinner, especially if you used a paint thinner. It would definitely give it a different effect. You could try it whatever way you wanted. This paint definitely dries with a more matted type look, and you could also go over it with like a clear coat. If you wanted these to be elevated a little bit more, you could also do them in the glass. They sell those in places like Michael's, Joann's, etc. So I'm gonna do a couple more because these are so fun, but this one had a little bit more black. I love how it kind of mixes a little bit of gray in there, but they are just so fun. This one, I actually didn't mix up enough paint, so I had to mix more paint and then go in and cover up those little bottom parts, which it doesn't really matter. It doesn't mess it up or anything. But I did have to help it a little bit, and it does get messy, but it works. It's fine. No worries. I let mine dry completely overnight, and then I put the tops back on, and they were ready to adorn our tree. They fit right in with our color scheme this year. So pretty. These are gorgeous. You could also give these as a gift. Whatever you decide, they are so gorgeous nonetheless. And moving on to our next project, I found these little bells at the Dollar Tree. I loved the shape of them. They didn't have a lot going on. So once again, I used the hammered gold Rust-Oleum spray paint and just gave them a good coloring of that antiqued gold. I love this hammered look because it adds like texture to whatever you're painting. It is very, very pretty. So then I flipped them over and then painted the other side and let them dry. So once these were completely dry, I took some twine and strung each of them individually on their own little strand of twine, then tied a knot right on the top. I think these bells look really cute when they're on their own individual strand, and then you stagger the heights. Then you take all of the strands together, tie them in a knot, and you can put a little loop up at the top. These look so pretty with any type of greenery. You can put them on a gift. I love them on a wreath. The green, the gold, and the black. I feel like it just looks so pretty together. It is a perfect subtle statement wherever you put them. So I hope this video inspired you guys to try a new DIY, or at least you had fun watching mine. I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much. We wish you the happiest holiday season. Thank you guys again for being here, and we'll catch you next time.